Hello. Quick join. Holy crap. That was quick. you were indeed blitz. you were you were indeed fast joining in. You keep true to your name. Sup, Scar? How you been, brother? Can't sculpt with my mouse. Okay. How do people do that? I don't know. I actually prefer the mouse than the pen and all that stuff. The trackpad, I think it's called. I forgot what it was called. I don't like it. I had one and I gave it away because I didn't like it. That's how I'm into how much I'm into the mouse. I just can't switch it. Can't change it. We're gonna be waiting for a few people. It's gonna be starting at 2. Meanwhile, I'm gonna be opening Blender and starting up with the screen share. I already got the head from last lecture 2 weeks ago. Hopefully, you guys learned something in there as well. But yeah, gonna do the body now. Yeah, we're gonna do the whole body. Actually, the body isn't as tough as the head is, because the head you gotta focus on each of the things. The tougher part when it comes to the body, it's kind of like doing the hands and the feet. Those are the most painful ones, I'd say. Uh, do, 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 do. First, we gotta start with a layout. Move all of this upwards. I'll just leave it there, so later on we. Okay. Let me close all this. Get you guys. Let's prepare ourselves. Meanwhile, so hopefully you guys have the pure ref, so you guys can add all of your reference pictures and set. I love looking for these references here, like this one. Boom. There you go. Wait, this won't be useful for me though. I mean, not yet, lol. I'm still searching to make a good robot body for my profile picture. Right. It's been like 3 months or something. Yeah. Sometimes some projects do take a while. They do. Like, if you want to keep going at it, but you don't have like as much time to dedicate on it, it does take a while. The important part is that you're working on it, rather than just like leaving it behind. But it's not bad either. If you move on to another project, sometimes you transfer your knowledge from one to another. Okay. Let's see if I can. Right. This is interesting. So this one is kind of using the head as reference points to determine height and determine just overall proportions. Many use heads. It's kind of the most, I guess, default way that I've seen people use. I don't know if anybody uses anything else other than heads for determining the height or the proportion of something. The problem is I just need something that looks good and is easy to rig, which is probably going to be hard to do. Yep. Yep. To get a bunch of references, guys, though. So this is overall just proportions. It's good to get on the pure ref when it comes to 10 head style. I mean, yeah, it's a bit weird. Like I was saying, get a bunch of references of one, proportions, two, just overall like references of how the body may look. Um, like for example, these more realistic ones kind of help. Right now I'm gonna do a female body because GP. Let's see, female reference. We're still waiting on people though. This one's really interesting. This one has like a bit more of a detailed form because this one is like straight on just simple shapes. It's very important to get started with simple shapes first and then go on with all the muscles and all that stuff. That is more advanced when it comes to like muscle anatomy, understanding all that, all the shapes and stuff. But yeah, it's good to have references of realistic pictures and stuff just so you can see and understand how the muscles and skin show essentially. That is that what the hell? This is reference? This is interesting. Like it's like all into different parts. Search for them references. Yes, go do that. Hello, Lux. Dun dun dun. So 8 minutes. Hopefully Guts joins in because he's incredible with sculpting. Really would love to have him here. Look at their work. I want to show you guys this. Look at this. Look at this beauty. Like he's just so good with sculpting. He just sculpts everything. I think every single day. This he started 2 days ago. This thing and he's already almost done. Like it's just he's crazy good. He's crazy good. He made this one as well. I saw the whole process. Man, is he crazy with it. Like you don't understand. Look at this. It's amazing. But yeah, it's up to you. Dun dun dun. By the way, you guys don't have to be muted. It's not really mandatory. If you're feeling like it, totally fine. It's not mandatory. You can be free and open. Conversations flowing and stuff. Let me see. What else can we pick? References. I wanted to. So right now I was working on Zendaya. So maybe I could like get some references of her alongside it. Because why not? Doop. Never seen that dress before. That's interesting. Okay. So like, I don't know, posing or something. I don't know how to put it any other way. Okay. Bloop. Bloop. Okay. I need something that like, cause I don't have much references on her. Let's see. What else can I search? Honestly, a dress would be cool if we finish the whole like character itself, like sculpting it and then doing the clothing. That would be fun. But yeah, that could be like a later on lecture. If you guys are down for that. Okay, cool. I think that's it for now. Bam. So, 5 more minutes. Meanwhile, how you guys feeling? What references you got? What are you guys making? If you guys want to do just like a general body, that's totally fine as well. Do you need some more references of these? There's some that do explain like where should what be at compared to other things. For example, like where the wrist is usually like at the bottom of the I don't know what this part is called, but like near the thigh waist area, I guess. Like just a bit lower. Knees. And here are the feet and stuff. Yeah, I think I like this reference the most. This helps out understanding the amount of heads on height. So yeah, usually use like 6 or 7, like 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Yeah, it really depends of what you're trying to do. If it's like kind of like more chibi, more stylized, you can go for smaller heads, but then I guess the head would be bigger. Kind of like Funko Pops. Okay. Pop. So 3 more minutes. Let me see if I can have the blender open. I have it here. Okay. So I'm gonna start out with these. Just give it 3 more minutes, and I want my little subtle music. Hopefully it's not super loud, because apparently this one gets extremely loud for some apparent reason. I don't know if you guys hear it. How do you do what? How do I do what? This? This thing? Oh, this? This is pure ref. Should get it. Here it is. Everybody has been telling me to download it, including Xeon. It's like a little application that allows you to put like any references that you want, just drag them in and then just have them stick around on your screen essentially. Okay. Really getting more references would be helpful, but it's fine. So for storing images that you can use as references, well, yeah, if you want to go for that meaning, then yeah. For me, it's just, yeah, for me, you can put images in that you use as reference, yeah. Okay, I guess we'll just start because it's already 2. Okay, so does everybody have their Blender open, files open, have all the references and said and done, ready to go? Already have a head. If you guys want to do it from scratch, just kind of don't focus too much on the details that we did on the head. Just give it, I don't know, UV sphere, scope mode. Literally just grab it and make it. Just kind of like grab it down. Just give the head shape. Don't focus too much on the overall details. If you want to do the whole head on its own, you guys can do it later. So I'm just gonna start with mine here. This music is actually very loud. I don't know why it gets so loud. It starts like I like it, but I want something more chill. Like it feels like I'm in a movie. It is soft for you guys, but for me it's like, I don't know, I think it's just the song itself. Okay, so here is mine, and I'm gonna do like around 7 heads all. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Right. So this one says that females is 6 to 7.5, while like men is like around 7.5 to 8. Yeah. So it's pretty straightforward. You literally, as the name suggests, just count the heads, one on top of another. Doesn't have to be exact, but using it as a reference. 2, 3, 4, 3. Wait, so that's 3, 4, 5. That's 6. That's 6, right? So I'll just do 6. How tall is Zendaya? see, Zendaya, how tall are you? You are 5'10". Here it says head's tall. I don't know how much would a head be in feet, but let's just guess that it's 6. Yeah, 3, 4, 5. So wait, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So that's 6. So it would be about this tall, right? So we could do around here. That's about it, essentially. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Then here it says 7.7. That's interesting. Let's do another one just in case. Does that feel too tall for her? Yeah, no, that does feel too tall for her. Okay, it's fine. Let's just do that. Boom. So we have the sort of the measurement of height, at least somewhere. And from there on, we start getting kind of like a basic shape of just kind of like blocking out. Oh, I forgot I have the references here. Blocking out each of the body parts here. I like this because it gives like a very solid basic shape that you can follow. If you want, you can just like drag it. Whoa, you guys didn't see that. Just drag it in. Let me save the image. Drag it in the blender. I like having it on both, honestly. Where's export? Save export. There you go. Select that image. Yeah, can I just export this? Downloads. Bam. Okay, so you can also just follow with the height of this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. It's 6 and 7, right? Because here it feels as if it was more based on the reference. It's about the same height. Here it's 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. It's about 8 heads tall. I'm gonna do it shorter than we can. I feel more comfortable with this, but you can do it shorter. Give me the eyes. Thank you. Okay, bam. There you go, somewhere around there. Okay, so I like giving myself a little comfortable spot. What's it called? Like a little setup. See, front, default, perspective. Okay, there you go. It does feel too tall, but it's fine. I'm going to just follow along reference. However, it can also be done. It can also be done the other way, where you just follow along with the reference, and you can set the height that you want. Could make it smaller, but I want to get down the proportions. Understood. Okay, bam. So I can delete all of these now. I don't need them. Later on, if we have to make them shorter, I'll probably do so, even though it's better to set it out at the beginning. That's all I'm gonna say. Sculpt. Let me see. I feel like I made the head there too big. Okay, something like this. Okay, so when it comes to the body, you grab the cube. I like to use the subdivision modifier. Right now we gotta do a whole block out as of like how it's shaped before we get into sculpting. You could also do it straight into sculpting first and then just go on from there, right? Instead of doing this step. But this is how I do it. It's just better for me to understand the shape before I get started sculpting. So boom. So the bottom of the torso is always kind of like rotated. One is a bit open, and then you can use the same one. But this is not the shift E there. Let me simplify it actually. Twice. I'm gonna add a cut here on both sides. There you go. Okay. I know it's kind of squarey, and the bodies are usually not square; they're rounded. But do it like this first. Okay. So, like I was saying, it's a bit inclined, and then they usually have this spot open because that's where like the belly is, and you can fill it later on. The bottom and the top of it is kind of like two triangles, as you can see here. Not two full-on triangles, but they're like. Let me see if I can show you that here. They're like, if I put it like this, they're two triangles. They're intersecting each other upside down. Or you can just set it as they're both the same shape. They're both the same shape, but mirrored kind of upside down from one another. And over here on the top torso, it's a bit longer as the one on the bottom. But as you can see on the side, it's still inclined. Rotated, one going this way, one going that way, so it makes this arc on the back, and it's kind of weird because it's still keeping all the weight centered even if you have that arc there. So let's just follow along with that. Boop. Make the overall shape here. Bam. I think I'm gonna add another one here because it's missing that part there. You can also think of it of another way. It's just how the skeleton is built. It has this rib cage, which is kind of like blocky like this, where the lungs are here, blah 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 blah, etc etc, and then here it goes down, and then here you have your pelvis and all that funky stuff, which goes kind of like in a triangle form. We are just using the same concept, just simplifying it. Okay, boom. Yeah. Thank you, appreciate it. Dun dun dun. Okay, so boom, you just give that curvature shape B thing. Don't add too many geometry, just use it as to give it the very base solid shape of something. And once again, bodies are rounded. I know this looks like a cube. Totally fine. If you want to do it, some people do it a bit less squared, and then they go on from there. I like doing it squared first so I can understand the shape, and then I just smooth them corners out. It's however you like. Oop. Okay, so here when it comes to the, let me see, if I dissolve these for example, will be rounded. You can do it like this if you so desire. Turn on the mirror, by the way, it's very useful. Bam. I think I messed up there. I'll just, if you mess up on one part, just delete everything and put a mirror modifier. Bam. So mirror first, then subdivision, because they have to connect. Turn the clipping on. There you go. So this is just if you mess up on something, and you can just don't worry too much about it on the other side. So yeah, if you want to do it on a single, like less controllers, like or support edges, just make it smooth and round. You can do it like that. Hello, that was my cat. And yeah, just round it up a bit. I'm just very used to using the squares to understand the shapes, and then I smooth them on sculpting, but let me do it this way as well. Okay, so we have the top and bottom sort of, because it's still open here. Still open. If you want, you can connect them. Here it's open because then the belly can go through there, and then you can just, I guess, if you want, add another one just to connect them. That could be a possibility. Let me see. Oops. I opened ZBrush by accident. Could you close? I know. Please close. No. Stop. I brought it into ZBrush. I don't know how. Anyways. So. Close. Okay. So, boom. You could add another one just to fill that gap in there. Just remember, has to have that triangle shape as well. Bam. There you go. So here it's looking kind of rotated. I don't like that. It's usually like this most of the time that I've seen it. Here I was just following the shoulders. Oh, not shoulder parts. Like this part. I don't know what this is called. But this triangle here. I know it's from coming from shoulder to the back. Usually when I see the arc, it's just straight up. But that does show up as well. That can be sculpted if you wish. Okay, so here we have basic shape of the top. This is kind of like the less tough part out of getting the base down shape. And also kind of be careful with the overall form that it has, because mine is looking kind of like it's slanted. But it's fine. It's fine. So for the limbs, it's pretty self-explanatory. You can, if you want, just duplicate one side, boom, extrude it, and you'd have this ball here. I'm gonna separate it because I like having my limbs separated. And with this, you sort of just give it the shape of it for the shoulder. You know how we did the overall main shape of the torso. You'd follow along with these. Bloop. Bam. And bam. I'm going to grab these, make it a bit smaller, a bit thinner. And then you can duplicate just the top of the arm, use it on the bottom, because they're about the same height. As you can see, boom, boom, same height. The only difference is just a tiny bit here where the forearm is. It kind of goes out and then goes in slowly back to the wrist. So I can do this, add a loop cut here, and then slim it here. And there you go. So just start shaping it there. I feel like the forearm, although round, it's not as round everywhere. It's a bit kind of like more wide onto the place that it's facing forwards, while the back is a bit bloop or skinny. I mean this yeah, so the sides are a bit thick and the back is not so like rounded and stuff, how the top of the arm is. There you go. The joints, you don't have to, but you could just grab another one and just add the joint. This helps you like understand that the part of the not the shoulder, the part of the knee, or I forgot the name of this. You get what I mean. Of the elbow. There you go. Of the elbow is there, and you can just use that for later on for you to sculpt, right? It's gonna have that shape, so you can have it there. The hands are a bit tricky because you'd have to do all the fingers. You have to do all the fingers. I'm gonna separate it once again. I just don't like having everything all into one object. So the hands are a bit squared and flat, but I'm just gonna put it like so. Add a new cut here just so that I can understand that that's the wrist. Oh shoot. So boom. So here you can add loop cut, I guess. And it's a bit round, not rounded, a bit like squared. And you could go, I guess, into a bit more detail and the shape and all that stuff. But if you want, you can just grab it, do like this, call it a day. But if you really want to get into the fine pains of hands, then you'd have to do a single finger, for example. And just similar how we did the arms and all that stuff, just kind of block it out. Bam. Okay, this is too squared. I mean, too rectangular. This would have to be kind of rounded. And bam. It's good to rotate them so you understand that there's a bent there, a joint. And you could have this there. You'd have to duplicate them here and there. As for hands, we would need more reference. Let me see if we can get some anatomy. Because it has a little curve that I want to show you guys. Let me see if I can... Well, I think this kind of helps, actually. Not exactly what I was speaking about, but this hand has a square, right? It's good to illustrate it as a... Why would people learn it when they just want to make wobbly characters? It really depends of how you want to do it, Scar. If you want to make wobbly characters and not care about anatomy, that's fine. But if you want to do a stylized character that breaks the rules but still follows the rules, you need to learn anatomy. But yeah, so what I was following about is that it's a square and then it just has the fingers attached to them. Same with the thumb. So I could just grab this, do that, make it thicker, and then have it connected there. Then I think for the thumb it's like a singular one, so I'm just gonna do something like this. There you go. Dun dun dun. And if you got yourself with the reference, you can also see guides. Although it's squared, it's a bit rounded here, kind of like curves, and each of the fingers go rotated one to another, rotated following that curve. Hold up, because my fingers are not very fingery. Hold up. Also look at your own fingers, just so you understand how it goes. You're gonna rig it or not. Right now we're gonna do sculpting. We can't jump into doing so many processes in a single lecture. Yeah. Okay, I think my finger is too long. Or maybe it's just too short over here. Bam. Okay, so I'm gonna speed up the process of the fingers just so we don't last too long. Do notice that each of the fingers, one is about the middle finger is a bit bigger than the I think that one's called the ring finger. Bigger than the ring finger. Then the second one, largest is the ring finger, of course. Then index goes, and then pinky being the last. So you can just measure that in. Also, the middle finger is usually a bit thicker. Just a tiny bit, not super. But you don't have to worry about that too much. Oh. There you go. So index a bit further up, and then pinky a bit smaller. You can also kind of count them by the where the bends are. So if you see that the index is going about the bent of the ring finger, then you know, okay, it has to be around here, right? And then it has to be smaller, XXX, etc., etc. All that funky stuff. And then they also have to follow along the curvature of the hand. There you go. So let's not worry too much about the hand right now. I know it doesn't look the greatest, but this is not a hand lecture. This is a whole body sculpting. We could do hand later on and be a bit more detailed with it. But for now, let's just have it like this. Made this too thick. There you go. Okay, it's a block out, correct. Okay, so now we have limbs. I'm gonna move this a bit upwards. There you go. We have limbs. We have shoulder here that I want to fix a bit, because it has to be a bit closer to it. Ah, okay, cool. So boom, we have this whole block out, and now we're missing the legs. You can. I'm gonna separate all of these. This is really bothering me. Separate by these parts. Okay, so I'm gonna use one of these, right? Because we already have them there. Duplicated them. Holy crap! And it's the same process. Same process. I'm gonna turn off clipping for this one. Same process with it. Starts off like very thick at the beginning, and then it goes slim onto where the joint is, similar to how the arm was here. Boom. There you go. Follow along with it. Sideways is good. My bad. Okay. So bam. If you have any questions, you guys can ask me, by the way. Another thing. The wrist. About the wrist should be... I don't know if I stated this before. I think I did. Should be under where the crouch is, I'm pretty sure. Like over here. Bottom of this shape that we created here. This block out is actually quite simple, because there's a few other block outs that you can detail this block out even more. Like, for example, you can have let me see if I can show you guys. Right now we're just kind of like simplifying this, but if we wanted to be a bit more detailed, we could just go for like each of the muscles, and then have like, okay, this shape goes like this, and then all that funky wonky, and then do like, okay, this shape is not so blocky, it's a bit more extended, blah blah blah, etc. All that stuff, right? But that can also be done in sculpting, so that's why we're not doing it. Staying for once. It's melting when it hits the floor. So satisfying. It's been 4 to 5 years since I've seen this. Oh, it's snowing? Oh, nice. I have a good time without seeing snow for like a couple years, yeah. Okay. So where the bote is, we could also just do the same thing as the limbs. Just holy crap! I don't like when it merges like that. There you go. Bam. And although you think is 100% round, it's not too round. It's a bit more kind of like dragging. It goes down, so it goes from to the top all the way to the bottom because of gravity. It's being pulled down. And it's like joined up in there. It's also a bit sideways. Sideways because it has to follow with the skeletal body. There you go. I'm going to... Should I extrude it? Ooh, that's interesting. That's blocky. There you go. Something like this. You see? Like it's rounded going towards that direction. Going to connect it. Let me see if I can show you on another one that is a bit better. Having these references really help. Okay. So you can follow with this. Goes up into that direction. It's like round. Also, the reference that I got, like here, is like huge for some reason onto the thighs and all of that. Okay, let me not bring it up to the front. Let's see. Okay. Bam. There you go. I'm gonna bring this a bit more out as well. Also, the legs must not touch, because there's a gap there. There's like a little gap there. Also over here, there should always like be some sort of triangle that you'd see at the bottom. Like it goes from here, triangle connects up here. And yeah, you just gotta keep on playing with the shape of it all. I'm gonna add a bit more supporting. If you want more detail, you could do it like, I don't know, this part round type of thing, or just shape it however you want. Do look at the reference, so before you do like any drastic changes, because it is helpful to look at reference. Okay, and then just how we did the top here, we could do the same thing at the bottom. Bam. And here. There you go. I'm gonna extrude it here. And let's look at the side. Don't you use ZBrush for these sorts of models? That's how you have it. So yeah. I like doing the base model on Blender because I'm just really used to modeling here. I just prefer it like 10 times than ZBrush. But when it comes to like sculpting, I prefer ZBrush because it has like a lot of tools that are very convenient. But I won't lie to you, Blender has really cool tools as well. So it's really what you can do and work with rather than preference. Well, I mean, if you prefer ZBrush. Okay, what I mean is that if you have Blender, and that's the thing that you can use to sculpt, go ahead for it. If you have ZBrush, you can try it out. But if you like either or, just go for whichever, man. that's what I'm trying to explain. Or maybe he's gonna put it in ZBrush when he's done with the black. I don't know. No. So today I'm just gonna do Blender sculpting. Also, I am not liking that the head is so forward. I think I made the head very big, and that's why it looks like it's going forward. Also, it has to be kind of inclined. Okay, there you go. That's a bit better. There you go. That makes more sense. There you go. I'm gonna duplicate this. Have it as the what's this called? The neck. Also the neck always follows all the way through, so the neck is kind of connected with a whole like spine, like it goes all the way down, like it's crazy. So it goes from the middle of the head all the way to the back. Let's see. So here, I think here I'm not doing the greatest when it comes to the little curve here, but all okay. Let me separate all these objects. Don't like having them together. I just had them together at the beginning just so you guys could see quickly. But yeah, this I really dislike having all the parts together. I like them separate. There you go. We have kind of like a curve on the like an arc. That is interesting because I should get the ZBrush cowboy comments for doing everything in ZBrush. What you mean? What you mean, ZBrush cowboy? I've never heard of that. What you mean? Like, I know that ZBrush has a lot of cool things, but just go for Blender if you really want to. Like you saw the guy that I showed you that had like incredible work. The one that I just like talked about like not too long ago. If you didn't see it, I'm down to show it again because it's just like it baffles me. It's just crazy what he does. What's one artist using for everything? Oh, got it. Okay. Never heard of that term before. Yeah, no. I don't like ZBrush that much. I like it, but only for I don't like the whole like, oh, let me just do a whole hard surfacing model, the hard surface model here, and just call it a day. Nah, hell no. If I'm doing hard surface, I'm doing modeling overall for like a weapon or something. At least the base mesh, I'm like, hell no, I'm going to Blender. I don't like you, ZBrush, for that. Full respects. 100% despise it. Okay, so I'm already done with the base shape. On to the top, I have missed the bottom, being the foot, and also the breasts, which I have not done, but it's fine. So here, same concept. I'm just borrowing like what's it called? Borrowing meshes that we recently created, and we're like, bam. Let me turn off the clipping, and bam, and ding. So technically another square, similar to how we did the hands. There you go, bam. And you just extrude it, bring it down, kind of like a triangle, and then it goes forward. So let me draw it over again. So it's triangle here, like this type of shape here, and then it's just another extruded kind of square that goes forward. And then boom, you have this beautiful foot that definitely doesn't look like anything else but a foot. I'm messing. So yeah, then you gotta like just give it the shape of a foot, of course, because you don't want it to look not like a foot, right? Also don't forget the whole curvature thing, because that's important. It has to go wide on the sides, go back to the center, points back to the center, sort of. Imagine these are the toes. I'm not gonna do the same thing that we did with the hands. I'm just gonna do it like this. Call it a day. But no, yeah, give it that shape. If you want some supporting edges, go and do so. There you go. Bam. And don't forget to move this upwards. There's always a gap at the bottom of the foot. If you want, you can leave it flat because like it's not like so important. But if you want, you can just bring this up. Not liking the loop cut that I did there. That looks very horrendous. Hold up. There's like a gap. So on the bottom of the foot, let's look at foot anatomy. This doesn't help. Okay, not anatomy. Let's look at references. Foot references. Okay, so like, okay, there's a few points of surface, right? Of contact. There you go. So it's like the toes, these two huge balls, mostly like all of this over here. But there's always like a gap. There's like a gap between here. There's like an arch. There you go. There's like an arch. So it has point of contact here, but it has this little arch. So that's what I'm trying to do. Doesn't have, it's not mandatory. You don't have to do it. You can even do it after like or when you're sculpting. So it's no big deal. Let me do it like this and have this. This is looking not so great. Let me see. I think it's because it's being kind of squared, and I want it to be a bit rounder. There you go. Something like that. Give it that little curve. Imagine these are toes. That's all. Maybe I don't want the arch. Yeah, I shouldn't give it. What's the difference between free ZBrush and paid ZBrush? I have no idea. I wouldn't know. That I wouldn't know. Sorry for that. Okay. Let me bring it here. Closer. Okay. I think it opens at the end. So it goes. Let's look at more references. Here it's like a boom. Triangle, square, right? Straightforward. All funky stuff. Bam. I think it's going too forward. I do know that the tip of the nose or head should go about. Can I make this straight? Can I make this straight? Okay, whatever. So the tip of the head and the toe should be about the same like length, if not wrong. Because I've seen it most of the time. Look, whoop, 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 straight, it hits the toe. So the not the teeth. The feet are gonna look a bit long if it's not followed by that same line. So let me just fix that up a tiny bit. There you go, something like this. And I'm gonna do a loop cut here so we have that connection there. And there you go, boom. We have feet, we have some funky ass fingers and hands. And we have a very detailed face with a very blocked out body, right? You can keep on playing with the things if you were feeling like, oh, okay, this is not looking great. I still want this to be on a somewhat less curve there. And then same here, maybe a little bit like that. Maybe I don't want it to be so close because I feel like everything is just too, like it's going out and then inside. So I wanted to, hold up, ooh. I wanted to feel more straight there. And then let me, bam. Also, there's like a little bone over here. We could do that later on sculpting. So bam. I feel like I did something wrong, hold up. If you feel like there's something off, okay guys? That's all I'm gonna say. Let me see. I think this should be more that, maybe? Okay. Okay. Is that following that same reference? Yeah, sort of. It is sort of. Okay. No, that's way too much. Okay, there you go. Boom. Okay. And then here we have back. If you find this to be way too thin or too low, you can do so. Usually the females like waist, if not wrong, is higher than males. Males is lower because you know, due to birth, like to give birth, females kind of like have this wide not rib cage, wide pelvis. So yeah. So let me see. I'm just gonna do it like this. I think this is fine. We could appreciate it as well. The free ZBrush probably is a trial, or it has limits to like the plugins. That's what I was thinking. Possibly could be that. So boom, we have this. So we got this all set up. Now is the fun part. Now is indeed the fun part after you have everything that you believe is great and set and done. Okay, so now it's like more about muscles and skins and all that. Oh, no, we're missing something. I just realized. We're missing the chest. We're missing the breasts. Take care. So boom. Breast, think of it, same as we did the butt. It's just another part where it would just need like gravity to be dragging it down. And there's different shapes, of course. This one is kind of like, whoop, kind of like curved with a whoop. But if you wanted to make it rounded, it's totally fine as well. They do not connect. They go from the side. They go from the side. They don't connect. Just don't connect. You see that? They don't connect. So they go from the side of the chest, kind of going also where the shoulder is, as you can see here, where the armpits are. So they go from here, boom, they drag forward and lay on the chest, right? They lay on the chest. So it's not all just sticking out, although that happens, that does happen, but it's not fully just sticking out. It's something like, imagine like there's a literal ball there resting on the rib cage. So this is rib cage, little ball resting over it. That's it. So we're gonna do something like that. These for base shape. There you go. Bam. We need this coming once again. If you want, you can do it like this. Come in near where the armpit is, shoulder, etc., etc. You can follow along with this one as well. The reference actually sort of helps picture it, but I like doing it like this. And then boom. Has to, once again, rest top of the ribcage. And it's a bit lower than you think. So bam, there you go. Let me fix this part here. If you want, you can do the same shape as that one. That one just need more curve. Something like this. And it still has to, because that's looking kind of too squared. There you go. There you go. I think it's because let me add another. Can I add another subdivision? Like, it's looking too squared because of the controllers that I have. I'm just going to move this, make this a bit short and a bit smaller there. So it's round again. I guess. You've been here? Bro. What are you talking about, you? Man has been here all the time. Stood quiet. Me fucking nutting all over him. Okay. But yeah. Let's see. I think that works for me. I actually want to make it a tiny bit smaller. Let's see. Boop. There you go. Then something like that. And then they always point kind of outwards. Not fully straight. It's kind of like outwards. There you go. I think this works. Stealthy. Yeah, he has been. I had no idea that he was here. Absolutely no idea. But yeah, all good. Oh. Let's see. So we have the body. Let me raise this up a bit. Bam. So we have the base body ready. And now we would just need to combine all of this. I actually like doing it little by little, like for example, limb first and another limb first and then the body of over here. Like I like doing that rather than just remeshing, combining everything and then sculpting. What's the way that you do it, Guts? Do you like just grab a cube and start like going ham on it? I don't think so. I don't think you do that. Did you do that? No, I don't think so. But all good. So boom. There you go. Okay. So I want to get started with the torso. I'm just gonna combine all of this. So I'm just gonna join it, so you can see we have it here. And after that, we just apply all of them. Honestly, it's better if you save the blender before you do apply all the modifiers. But here I have my base mesh. Pretty much as you, but I use all UV spheres and pull them around with the electric grab brush. Okay, cool. So yeah, you use UV spheres and kind of like move them around. That's another way. Which is not bad. I'm just very used to subdivision with the cubes. But you pick your poison as long as you get to the same result. Doesn't matter. And there you go. Boom. So I have applied everything. Already have the shape. And we would have to go to sculpting and mark, press R, I think it was, R. Select how many triangles you want, like at the size of it. And then you press Control R, and then boom, as you can see, it just combines everything. I'm just gonna focus on this. And let me see, I think Sneda has these a bit smaller. Don't forget to turn on the mirror. There you go. And then you just kind of like smooth everything out. And you kind of like, here's where the fun part starts, where it's like the overall sculpting process. Here, do know since the, what's it called? The rib cage it's kind of marked. Like it does get marked. Doesn't matter if you're like a bit more like filled. Like this one is a bit more like doesn't have as much fat with them, so you can see the rib cage way more. But if they're kind of like skinny but not super like extremely, like it still has that little shape, that little curve in there, but not as much. I don't remember much of the tools here because I've been using ZBrush. But the ones that you're gonna use the most is clay strip, just to kind of like I don't know, like mark a few areas. Let me bring down the strength. Few areas. For example, I want to do the abs, and it's a bit of a. I've heard that it's a bit more of a pear shape. I'm not wrong, but let's look at the abs. Abs are female references. Let's see here. I like looking at drawings, honestly. It does help out. Because it like dumbs down things with like very basic shapes. Also realistic ones do help though. So as you can see here, it's kind of like an hourglass. That's what I was trying to go for. So it's here is the breast, here is the rib cage. Here's the rib cage. Bam, bam, bam. But it still has. Oh, where's my clay strips? Still has those going around, and then here is where it kind of curves. So here, if not wrong, yep, there you go. Here is where it connects with the thighs. So you can do kind of like mark that spot. Move that. But do go everything very subtle. It's very important. Let me see. Let me combine the top of the limb. Holy shit. Apply. Turn that. And let's do remesh again. Sculpt. Remesh. There you go. Do watch out with it. I like doing things little by little. You can do it all into one. Totally fine with that. So boom. Bam, bam. I don't know if I was gonna do Zendaya, or I actually like how this is like very detailed. Like it helps out understand how it is, but let me look at Zendaya. So Zendaya is like a bit more skinny. It's like a bit like soft and stuff. So I guess we combine this because it's still. Bum bum bum. Sculpt. There you go. Oh shit. Control R is to apply, by the way, the remesh after you select it. There you go. So boom. Smooth this out. Bam. Cool thing is that you can still grab things and kind of like shape them post the block out. The block out really helps understand how the body will look for any X body, right? There you go. So bam, just gonna make it a bit more skinnier, and then here, gonna smooth this out a tiny bit, make it a bit smaller. Okay. Is there a, I know there's like inflate on Blender, but I don't know about like deflating it, I guess. I don't know if that makes sense to me. Cause like in ZBrush you can, there's something called inflate. They can just like drag back and forth, and it does it for like a selected masked area. And I don't know if I could inflate. Oh, it does have deflate. Look. Okay, there you go. This is what I needed. There you go. It does have deflate. You can hold control and we'll do reverse. Yeah. No, you're right. There you go. So let me inflate a bit. Maybe it went out too much. There you go. So yeah. Right now I'm just gonna go. Want to get very base shape of it. Mark whatever you have to mark, right? Like boom, like abs and stuff. There's always like a line going down the middle, so abs, of course. But there you go. As you can see, like it's there. It's very subtle. but it's there, right? And I don't know if I'm going to. I think she's like very. I think I made her way too tall. And here's, if not wrong, the is it a bit higher? Maybe, no, I think that's what it is, yeah. It's like this is where the arms are, and then yeah, I think it's around here. Okay. Oh yeah, just keep on like grabbing, moving things. Like experimenting shape of it. I think done her too tall, too elongated. I think the previous like 6 heads was fine. Well, she's 5'10". She's tall. I don't know, but yeah, back also has little line, subtle line here, and has subtle line, and it's where the back is for moving the shoulders and arms and all that funky stuff. There you go. And just smooth it out. Everything's just like very subtle. If you were going to do the muscles, it also requires that block out of each individual muscles if you want to do it like very defined. I knew somebody that was so good at anatomy that did a great ass job at like blocking it out, that just left me surprised, honestly. But no, yeah, going on forward, let me see here. So boom, goes kind of connected there. I think hers is a bit higher, and then here's where the armpit should be. There you go. Boop, 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 boop. And hold up, because this goes sideways. Okay. There you go. Bam. But no, yeah, just look at everything on all different angles. Very, 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 very helpful. Here, I think I have done something off. Yep. So let me add some clay. Here, let me see here. Okay. Am I doing something off? I can't see it because she has it covered. There you go. So, goes round. Yeah, this is way too high. Let me see. The thing is that I made it kind of like skinny now. So, this should be a bit higher. It's like skinny, but like still has, or needs that shape there. There you go. Okay. This, let me smooth that out. Bam, bam, bam. Okay. You need to look back there. Awesome. Okay. Oop. Ah, the flex connected. This is what I hate about remeshing. And if there's no gap in it. Yep. When that happens, what I do is usually I just cut it out. Just be careful with that. It is good to have them kind of like a bit more apart so that doesn't happen when remeshing or increasing the poly count, but that's also another pain. Okay, bam. There you go. So boom, we have that there. I'm gonna now remesh and connect. I'm gonna do the hands later. Join these, and we can also join these with these. Join. Oops, smooth. Gonna apply the mirror. The modifiers. Boom. Sculpt mode. Apply that at once. Ooh. Apply that once again. And smooth them out. Da, da, da. Here they have to connect a bit better. I didn't do that very well on the block out. So anything that you may need, just boom, clay strips. Hands are also going to be tricky because of the remesh. Yes, hands are going to be tricky. So usually what I've seen is that they just separate it a ton, or they just kind of like, so they separate it kind of like as if you were opening your hand. Or they have it like kind of more curved. But yeah, hands are going to be a pain. Also here, back on legs, boom, 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 connect. And then kind of like smooth it out. I just connected on the sides. The back and all that stuff, it kind of like already has a little gap. Let me show you here. Boom. Like it has like a little gap. It does have a little muscle there. Because you can add to it just so that it doesn't look like it's very skinny. I mean, some people, when it comes to stylized, they do leave it skinny. Or they just do like super exaggerated like abs. But yeah, do add it because I think I made it too skinny there. Boom, boom. But there is indeed like a little gap, as you can see. Boom. Let me grab it. Maybe I made this too thick. Let me add more clay strips here. And where the knee is, it kind of looks too jointed, I guess, because we made it round and we didn't connect it as well. But just goes from top to bottom. Let me see if I can draw here. Shift D, I think it was. Shift D. How did you draw? Control D. That's what I'm doing. Okay, whatever. So boom. Let me see if I can see here. Round, boom. There's a spot. Boop, boop. So yeah, it's kind of connecting upwards. Here's the joint though, where both bones are connected, but it just kind of like feels as if it's going upwards. What I usually do. I still need more on the sides here. It's not. There you go. Not looking great. Boom. And then here, more connected to the top, and here is where the knee is. Something like this. Something like that. Just look at it at each different angle. Bloop, 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 bloop. Smooth, smooth. And let me, maybe I did this too forward. That's an issue. There you go. So I flattened the front, and there you go. You have legs happening. Also, for some reason, I'm feeling like this person is about to fall. I don't know if it's just me. Maybe there's something off with the with the weight. Yeah, so I think here. And then here it's a bit sharp. Of course they did it because it's a drawing, but you could do it like that. If you want it more stylized, because right now we're going just overall general details. I think crease sharp. Was it crease sharp? Or was it crease polish? I think it was crease sharp. Or was it draw sharp? Which one did you use, Guts? I know it's one of the other. Draw sharp or crease sharp for like detailing things. Okay, it's one of these. So you use it and you just mark the areas that you want to be like very exaggerated. For example, if I could do something like this, I guess. Boop. And then you smooth the rest. Then it looks like a transformer, but it's stylized. You could do the same thing here, like mark here, and then cut there, smooth the areas there, and you just stylize the shapes. Of course, you don't have to do this. but this is just if you want to. Let me look back at this drawing. Here. I think I did something wrong there. I know there's like a here where the pelvis is, it kind of like shows there. So boom, here goes round. Here's where the it's just contour. Look at the strings. There you go. That's a bit softer. And then, and then back. I don't know if I can see the back. Okay, it's fine. Boom, and then just mark the areas that you want to exaggerate. Here, for example, maybe just more transformer. Boom, 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 boom. And then you can see, boom, it's a bit more stylized. But like it all like follows the same rules or the same concept. I like starting with like super smooth everything and then sharpening everything else if I have to or need to. But it's what you want. Bam. Let me see, I think how it was fine. Something like this. Yep. Bam. Maybe like I want this to be sharper. Type of thing. There you go. Maybe this here as well. Bam. Maybe I want like collarbones or something. I don't know. I'm just doing things at this point. Hold up, I think the collarbones should be a bit higher. Like around here where neck is. Bam. Then let me grab that. There you go. Erase up this. Bam. Here she's muscular or something. Let's see. More of this. Maybe I want like this would be a bit more detailed, sharp. Okay, so bam. I can do this, which would be the knee. And then maybe mark this here. It's just fully preference. How you want it. Some people do like calves, super exaggerated. Let me do like more detailed, I guess. Not that. Not like yes. This brush writing mass is clay filled up. Yeah. The clay strips. Are you asking? Clay strips or which one? Clay buildup, or you mean like just the normal clay, or the clay strips? Oh, okay. Got you. They both feel different. Speaking of this one, but if you mean like overall, like either ZBrush or Blender, yeah, agreed. Fully agreed. Ugh. Let's see here. There you go. And then this I didn't do so well at the bottom, but it's okay, it's fine. And then there you sort of have the body sculpting. We didn't get to do the feet nor the hands, But I think that's totally fine, because like you guys can finish up with the hands following it from what we did here. If you guys don't remember the commands, some of them are Control R. Some of them are some of them are Shift. So yeah, this was more kind of like an intermediate. So should have known the shortcuts, but there's a what's it called? There's a guide, a Blender guide with a bunch of shortcuts here within resources. Let me see if I can find it, because I always link to it, but it gets lost there. Let me go back to lecture. Lectures. Okay. Bam. That's not it. Bam. Introduction to Blender has a bunch of images, pictures, blah blah blah, etc., with a bunch of references and also all the shortcuts if you guys need them. So yeah, awesome. Well, we got far though. How did you do, Lux? I want to see your stuff before I go, because I'm almost heading. It's past 1 hour and 12 minutes actually. 26. Now looking at it. What you got? I want to see what you got. I didn't follow it in Blender. I just took notes. Okay. That's good. That's really fine. No problem. Then I'm gonna start heading. Thank you so much for coming. Now that I see you here, man, what the hell? Okay, and Guts, thank you so much for joining. I really wanted you to be here, just so you can say, you are wrong. This is how you do it. But appreciate it. Really confident when you're around, my guy. Appreciate it, Guts. Thank you, Lex. Thank you. Well, I'm gonna start heading. Take care, everybody. Have some rest. And I'll see you guys around.